What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever.
Jim Jones is on another level when it comes to like influence on the East Coast.
But Nas influenced Jim Jones.
Cap.
Gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones.
Welcome to another chapter of West Coast News. Social media is all about viral moments, and who can play this game better than Harlem's own Jim Jones? Jim Jones has been calling out Nas in several recent interviews, arguing that his overall catalog is better. Jim Jones says he's responsible for Nas having one of the most viral moments of his entire storied career by going after him during multiple interviews in recent days. He's been arguing that his catalog has aged better, Nas, and he isn't a fan of his work since his iconic debut, 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗕𝗏.
What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. Ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Has Nas reached out to you?
You did. The last time he was in some shit like this where people were comparing is when him and Jay was beating on him.
Say that.
You heard?
The conflict between hip-hop giants start back in 2001 when Nas and Bravehearts had beef with Dipset. It started with Nas wilding out on a radio station after the Jay beef, dissing Hot 97 and saying Cam, Nor, and Nelly needed to step their rap game up. Cam, the fellow teammate of Jim Jones, responded with a diss freestyle soon after, with some ridiculous lines.
How many grams in an ounce? How many ounces in an eighth? How many eighths in a key?
The freestyle gave birth to the infamous "I'll smack the kufi off your" headline that Jim Jones started. Nas didn't respond himself. Instead, he sent one of the younger members of his Bravehearts crew, Nashawn, to respond. In his diss track, Nashawn claimed that Cam'ron has AIDS, and he also blasted Cam's second-in-command, Jim Jones. The Quins rapper stayed calm about Jim Jones, but in 2005, he went off on Jim Jones at an event, and a clip of Nas is resurfacing on social media in the wake of Jones claiming to be a better rapper than him. In the video, the Queensbridge rapper jokes that it wouldn't be worth the energy to get into a battle with Jim Jones.
Yo, honestly, I can't, if it was like Jim Jones, imagine putting a pen to paper to write about him. I'm not anxious to hear the Jim Jones diss record.
But let's talk about now. Today in 2025, where Jim Jones reignited his feud with Nas, while appearing on a recent episode of the Joe and Jada podcast, he argued that his catalog has remained more relevant than Nas over the years.
Me, Jim Jones, myself. Gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. And I gotta show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard, and if you wanna go to the Billboard entries, pull up Nas' Billboard entries, then pull up my Billboard entries.
It all started after a 22-year-old college student from New Jersey said he was influenced more by the Harlem rapper than by Nas on the Don't Quote Me podcast.
I'm from New Jersey. Ballin', we grew up on ballin'.
That's one.
We did not grow up on one mic. Never in my life said at a party, yo, throwing that Nas right now. Jim Jones is on another level when it comes to like influence on the East Coast.
While stopping by the Joe and Jada podcast, Jimmy discussed the viral video.
I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade.
Yes.
So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan.
Meanwhile, podcast mogul was surprised and reacted to Jim Jones' statements about Nas. He suggested Jim Jones needs to stop trolling around and said that Jim Jones himself knows that he is not better than Nas, and he's just doing these interviews seeking attention.
I think Jim was trolling. So I don't have much to say about it because I don't believe that Jim Jones believes that he's a better rapper than Nas, Pusha T, and Styles P. We got to stop the train at somewhere.
Nas is a good place to stop that train.
Nas is a great place to stop that train for anybody.
Going viral was part of the gig today.
Yeah.
So basically, and he's like, I understand today's game. So yeah, I'm gonna get up here, I'm gonna say whatever. I'm gonna go viral and make business off of it.
But that saga didn't finish there. What's more is that the Queens rapper seems to have responded to the Harlem MC with a few shots on Wu-Tang's Raekwon new album, Emperor's New Clothes. It appears on an alleged alternate version of the track, the 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 that surfaced online, which is a new collaboration with Raekwon. It seems Nas had some words for Jim Jones. But in a recent video on Instagram, Raekwon denied the Jim Jones rumors and stated that Nas didn't target at Jim Jones because Nas wrote those lyrics months ago.
Nas did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. I gave these verses months ago, and now all this shit is popping up, which at the end of the day, I promise y'all niggas, he wasn't dissing Jim. This ain't no diss record.
But Jim Jones doubled down on his Nas comments, so we'll see whether or not he responds in any capacity. However, there's nothing explicit in this verse targeting Jim Jones, and its veracity is also under fire from some listeners. So maybe this is all a big misinterpretation, and folks should take it with a grain of salt. In any case, the verse is definitely fiery, and it's not hard to see how it could apply to Jones from Nasir's perspective. But to be fair, there's a lot of other names this could have targeted. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to join in our community for follow-up news.